about what is the role of mediation in peace building. You know, peace building, the definition of peace building varies depending on the author, depending on the scholar, and depending on whoever is given the definition. And some definitions specify what activities fall within the scope of peace building or restricting peace building or post-conflict interventions. But a simple definition is an activity that aims to resolve injustice in non-violent way and to transform the cultural and structural conditions that generate deadly or destructive conflict. It revolves around developing constructive personal, group, or political relationship across ethnic groups, religious class, racial boundaries. This process includes violence prevention, conflict management, resolution, conflict transformation, even post-conflict reconciliation, trauma healings, during and after any given case of conflict, violence or war that have taken place. So peace building is a multidisciplinary cross-sector technique, a method that has become so strategic. It works over the long process, and it covers all levels of society. So you can see peace building is going to the root of the problem, like going to the grassroots. What is the problem? What are we trying to aim at to be able to curtail long-term conflict? So what is the role of mediation in peace building? You know, mediation plays a very vital role in peace building by helping parties in conflict reach a mutually understandable agreement. It rebuilds trust, establish long-term agreements. It often used in post-conflict society, community disputes, ethnic tensions, and even international conflicts. So you can see peace building is like going to the root of the problem to identify what are the issues, to solve the problem. It's just like a tree that have grown for so long, and you know that the source of the tree is the root on the ground. So peace building is a very vital role in conflict prevention. So the role of mediation in peace building, one of them is facilitating dialogue. That's the role of mediation in peace building. Facilitating dialogue. Mediation creates a safe, structured space where conflicting parties can express grievance, listen to each other, explore peaceful solutions. This helps break the cycle of violence and silence, because in mediation, parties do more of the talking. Parties come with the problem to tell the mediator, and the mediator is there to listen to parties. The mediator is not there to judge parties, to say who is wrong or right, but to find common interest, common ground. So the role of mediation in peace building is to address the root causes of the conflict. Peace building requires more than ending conflict. It involves tackling injustice, inequality, exclusion. Mediator guide the parties to explore the underlying issues that fuel the conflict. If it's poverty, if it's discrimination, if it's land dispute, if it's political discrimination, if it's religious extremism, bias. So mediation helps to address the root causes of this conflict because the parties are there to discuss. They are there to pour out their grievance. So the role of mediation and peace building is to address the root causes of conflict. Because when you address the root cause of a problem, you tend to find the solution. It's just like when someone is sick and the doctor say go for scanning, go for test. The test is like identifying the root problem, the root cause of the ailment. So when a test is being carried out and the doctors have a clue of what is happening to the patients and they're able to know what to treat, what medication to give to the patients. So that's what mediation does to addressing the problem, the root causes of the problem, whether it's poverty, whether it's discrimination, whether it's exclusion. So another role of mediation and peace building is to restoring relationship and trust. Mediation promotes reconciliation by encouraging honest communication and empathy. It helps communication. It helps communities rebuild trust after violence or political breakdown. Because in the mediation process, the parties are given equal opportunity to discuss, to pour out their grievances. They are given equal opportunity to speak up while they're having such conflicts. Because of the neutrality in mediation, the confidentiality in mediation, and the empathy the mediator shows in the mediation process, it helps parties to trust the process, to trust the mediator, because you're not there to side the party, you're not there to say this is wrong, you're right, you're wrong. No, you're there to listen to both the wrong and the right. You're there to find common ground to address the root causes of the problem as a mediator. So another role of mediation and peace building is empowering local solutions. Because when it involves community dispute, there are local mediators. You have the chief, the head of communities, so the elders. So it's often guide the process. They are culturally appropriate and sustainable. So those people, you aid them, mediation empower them. It empowers the people because it's a grassroots approach. It increases ownership and long-term peace. Another role of mediation and peace building is preventing future conflict. Through agreements and action plans, mediation helps create the systems for fair dialogue and problem solving. So it reduces the likelihood of future conflict escalation. Because when you go to the root problem of a conflict, parties discuss and agreement is being reached, because the outcome of mediation is being determined by parties. So that's why there is more of compliance with the outcome that have been reached in the agreement, because it's been determined by the parties in dispute by themselves. So mediation prevents future conflict. It plays very important role in peace building. Mediation supports transitional justice. In post-war or fragile society, mediation can support truth commissions, reparations, power sharing. It helps victims and offenders find non-violent way to acknowledge harms and move forward. In South Africa, for example, Truth and Reconciliation Commission use mediation approach in post-apartheid period. Even in Kenya in 2007, the mediation led by Kofi Annan helped to resolve political violence. Colombia peace process included mediation to end decade of armed conflict. So these are examples where mediation have served a role, played a role in peace building. So mediation is also a cornerstone in peace building because it encourages dialogue, it resolves underlying causes of conflict, promotes healing or reconciliation, build lasting system of peace. Because mediation is a process where the two warring parties come together in the midst of the mediator and able to find ways to be able to resolve the dispute at hand. So mediation plays a very important role in peace building mechanism, because peace building is identifying the root cause of problem, addressing it. So mediation helps play a very important role. It plays a very significant role in terms of peace building. So you have prevention of future dispute, future conflict, empowering parties, restoring relationship and trust in the community. Post-conflict situations, mediations can be used because it creates the environment for parties to speak up, for parties to pour their grievances. It's not a question of who is right or wrong. So it's very important world leaders, countries start including mediation in the peace building process, because there are too many wars going on in the world and something interest is causing all this things. So parties that are involved in the world, mediation gives them the room to come together and speak up so that we have a better society. Because I know conflict is inevitable, because we're humans, we interact. But in the process where conflict arises, what are the way forward to address them? One of them is mediation. You can explore mediation to help address conflict, prevent conflict, resolve conflict. So it's very important to include mediation in the process, because too many conflicts are going on and the world is so temporary to be having too many conflicts. So we have to explore mediation and know the role of mediation in peace building. That will help a long way to addressing root causes of conflict.